EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the gun, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch, gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the jaw and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Smith on first down. Oh, it put some heat on this deep, big gain downfield. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 44. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff here for Brooks. He's contained at the line for no gain. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
Third down, Mixon gets it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And it sets up a Houston first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They've got first down from the 31. Stroud off the play fake. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he makes the catch for the tip drill touchdown. The Texans cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So Seattle retakes the field for their second series. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
2nd and 10 now. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Walker now from the gun. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This is Walker on 2nd. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They kick the running back in motion. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And that brings up 4th and short.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Out now come the Texans on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. That pass caught by Tank Dell. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
It only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. Hits his running back. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Stroud. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And the Seahawks pick it up.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively, and that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
The Seahawk offense taking the field now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They motion the tight end over. They go play action. Here's Smith. He puts some juice on it. That's complete inside the 35. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks parlay the turnover into a lead. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Here's 2nd and 11. Completed to Collins. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Collins, the receiver, in motion left. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Keeping it with Mixon. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Collins there to grab it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They kick the running back in motion. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Stroud now. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Mixon goes up and over for the touchdown. The Texans get it down to a single point. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans tie things up at 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks send Tyler Lockett ready for a new series on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
This has the makings of a shootout, a lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of 1. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They start with 2nd and 6. Staying with Walker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Walker on first down. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
From midfield on second down. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and out third down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
A play fake, now Smith to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. He's on the move. And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. From the gun, Smith. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots at this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Diggs there to bring it in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's Mixon on second down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down, Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10 from the 41. From the gun, Stroud. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Now it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Finding Collins. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And, oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's second down coming up.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, well, you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage. Third down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Buys time, rolling run. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
He gets it away now from his own end zone. Fielded at his own 48. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Texans returning their offense and this running back to the field. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Texans are going to take over with their eyes on the end zone. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Pass taken in by Diggs. This is ahead for about 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud. Dell with the grab. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On the option, here's Mixon. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. That's a gain of 8, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Mixon. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Now an inside give to Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Running with Walker again. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and just 2 to go. A give up the gut to Walker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go with Walker here. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Has his man, it's Mixon. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. He'll get this one to Brooks. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try and run this. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Leonard Williams applying the hit there.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans facing 2nd and 5. From the 41. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up a Houston first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Stroud off the play fake. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Caught by Diggs. And that's good for a gain of 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Getting out to his left. Now here he goes. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass it down close. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Eberle's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Brought in inside the 20. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Texans currently in front in Houston. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Oh, he trucked that defender. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action. Here's Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Trying to find his tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That's taken at the 15. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. And they send a man in motion. A give. This is Mixon. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
The Texans set to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Walker running to the right. Pushing for the red zone. And they finally get to him at the 15. Give him 24 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Toss play. This is Walker. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Smith. The Texans closing in, and they will get him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, Stroud finds a seam down the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They send Diggs in motion right. 1st and 10, are on to Mixon. Open space inside the 40. And he gets this down to the 38. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's chased all the way to the sideline and out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Keeping it with Mixon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing is Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try and field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Walker hauls it in. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Walker running right. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Staying with Walker. Blast through midfield. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Fits it through the middle. Has some room to work. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown! His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Pierce now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They bring Collins in motion right. It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Stroud now on 3rd. Completed to his running back. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On play action, here's Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
They've got first down from the 31. Running is Walker. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now an inside give to Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. From the gun, Smith. Stays in the pocket. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Can't find the back on the dump off. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Finding Collins. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
From the 42. Collins there to grab it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. And he's got a free play here. He's got time here. He's on the move. And he slides down. We'll see what the business is with this penalty flag. This could be coming back. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Houston first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play, and that gives them first and goal.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. Well, it's a perfect play to break it big.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Again, the give to Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Here's Stroud now. He's got him. That's Mixon. And he drives this forward to the 6.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
Eberle's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense running out now. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll give up the gut to Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running with Walker again. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Smith. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. Oh no, the ball is loose! And no turnover, it's gonna stay with the offense. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 16. Cut by Lockett. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does 2 things. Number 1, it strikes fear in the defense. And number 2, you gain respect of your teammates.
Running back sent in motion. Dump off caught by his back. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now Walker. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Only a yard on the pickup. That leaves him with 3rd and goal at the 6.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Desperation time here on fourth. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. On the move, headed right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now. On the option, here's Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They send Diggs in motion right. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Rolling out to his left. He's going to tuck it and run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Throwing on third down, Stroud has his man, it's Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Stroud now on fourth down. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They've got first down from the 31. On the carry, this is Mixon. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 27. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
First and 10, a run to Mixon. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up second and 1. Here's Stroud. Bails out of the pocket quick. Excellent. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to first and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate.
And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these two-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Connects with Fant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Smith on 1st down. Walker hauls it in. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down. Pressure comes, Smith. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. From the gun, Smith gets this to Fant. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense in the hurry up here. From the red zone now. Pass complete to Walker. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Offense up to the line fast. And again, it's Smith. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Smith setting the throw. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Working quickly here. Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of Walker. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Throwing it again here. Setting up the running back screen. It's a Seattle touchdown. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Receiver in motion, headed right. Keeping it with Mixon. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
2nd down. Probably going to see him kneel it again here. This is Mixon. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.